Hello everybody, it's Ad the Red and welcome back to Highway Blossoms. Last we left off, lovely pair of ladies here were about to have their portrait drawn by a very sleazy man who was staring at two girls pressed together. He is a man of, well, never mind. Gonna make a stupid meme joke. Why would I do that though? That's, no. And they're right. Before I can change my mind, he looks down at the paper and starts to draw. We stand there not talking or moving at all. Once, Marina starts to ask something, but he waves his hand without even looking up. Quiet, if you move, you'll mess it all up. So she shuts up. I can feel her jaw snap shut and it's smooshed against my own. 15 minutes pass. My mouth is starting to get sore. I didn't have any guesses as to how long this would take, but it's starting to get annoying. Even Marina, is that her fidgeting? Yes. Even Marina seems to be having second thoughts. She wriggles, just barely, probably to fight the growing tension in her muscles. Not enough to ruin the drawing, though. At least she's being considerate. From the corner of my eye, I notice a couple of the glances that we get. We probably don't look especially out of place, but more like hapless tourists who got conned into something. I guess we are to an extent. I wouldn't mind, except that we also look ridiculous being stuck together like nearly Siamese twins. Our artist draws with long, swift strokes. While I can't see what he's doing, he appears confident. Hopefully the result is worth the discomfort. And the $30. Oh, the pain in your wallet, yeah. I'm nearly at my breaking point when he finally leans back and sets his pencils aside. Done. And, yeah. Marina peels away from me instantly, leaving a damp spot of shared sweat on my face. I rub at it as I follow her more slowly to see the results. As she cranes around the ease of the look, I watch her expression go from excited to overjoyed. Well, at least she approves. Her smile widens into a grin as she grasps the drawing in her hands. Amber, look, it's us. No shit. Oh, well, that's a neat touch. I didn't actually think we'd get to see it, but okay. What? Uh-huh. Oh, she flips it around so I can see. It's us. The first thing I notice is my boobs. They're a lot larger than real life. Same with Marina's, kinda. Other than that, the drawing is cartoony, or recognizable, but our features are exaggerated. Marina's eyes are almost comically huge. In contrast, the buildings behind us are in the drawing are sharply defined and realistic. Hilarious. Clutching the paper to her chest, Marina sighs a contented smile. Thank you so much. The artist wipes his sweaty palms on his shoulders as he stands. My pleasure, my pleasure. And he looks at me expectantly. With a sigh, I pull out my wallet and pass him a pair of wrinkled bills. I pass it to him with a nod. Y'all have a lovely day now. With that, he slouches down again and pulls out a cheap-looking paperback novel. The drawing is still close to Marina's chest like a priceless artifact. Every few seconds, she holds it away from her and grins as she looks at it. That makes it worth the cost. Finally, Marina rolls up the drawing like a scroll and tucks it under her arm for safekeeping. We stand in the shade of the awning while we look up and down the road. We should split up for a bit. What? I can't help but yelp. That was the last thing I was expecting. Not for long. There's just something I want to do. And you can't be there. That's okay. Why not? Shoveling in place, Marina looks away. Cuz, it's a surprise. Mayor, no. This isn't some small town. This is Las Vegas. What if you get lost or some creeper tries to mess with you? It'll be fine, Amber. There's like 1 million people on the street. Yeah, so that doesn't mean anything. I mean it. It'll be fine. There's a fire in her voice that takes me by surprise. There's even a small spark in her eyes, like she's angry. My frown deepens. But seriously, it's something bad, I promise. I just want to do something, but it's a surprise for you, so you can't be there. Her face softens. Please, it'll only be a couple of hours. Marina, I don't know. Of all of the cities to split up, and this is one of the worst. Not only do we not have a way to contact each other if needed, but the people aren't the sort you can trust. If I leave her on her own, there's a good chance I'd never see her again. But the way she stands there, hands on her hips, looking determined, makes me not want to argue. I sigh. Are you sure? Yeah, I mean it. Just give me like 3 hours. That's a long time. You think? I try to keep it short. In 3 hours, she could be snatched into someone's car and well into Arizona, or California, or halfway to Reno. It's irresponsible of me to let her go. But I can tell by looking at her that I don't have a choice. Okay, fine, but can you at least stay on this street? It's a straight shot back to the Rio where we're parked, so it'd be hard to get lost. Marina nods fast. That's fine. I already saw where I need to go, but you're not allowed to watch, okay? Yeah, I'll probably just go back to the car anyway. Now she frowns. Isn't there anything you want to see? No, without you. And that was the right thing to say. Aw, Amber. She kicks to the ground. I guess we don't have... No, go on. What? Just be safe, okay? Don't do anything silly. I guess it'll be fine for a couple hours. She takes the drawing in one hand and then hugs me tight. Then Marina leans up and kisses me on the lips. She pulls away before I can get into it. Okay, I'll see you in a while then. Right. We stand there, neither of us moving. I sigh again and then trudge back down the road. I glance back every few steps, but she doesn't move. Instead, she watches me and waves. She's like, go the fuck away. Get out of my line of sight. Probably making sure that I keep good on my promise not to follow her. As tempting as it is, I'll let her go for now. 3 hours can't be that hard. Uh-huh. Right. No. Wrong. You're gonna be in agony the entire fucking time. If you're anything like me, in any case, and you focus on things, your brain just doesn't want to let go because it can't, because it's paranoid, and because you get stressed, and then you get exhausted. Fucking nightmare. Turns out I was wrong. Oh, you know, fucking say. 2 hours are agony. I wander from store to store, stepping in without actually caring what's for sale. The first is a vegan restaurant, and on Chinese samples. Just next door is some fetish shop with its windows covered. All the lights inside are colored, mostly red or sometimes violet. The girl behind the counter, pale skin with artificially black hair, gives me a smile that I return. But I don't stick around. I don't even know what I'm doing. Going through the motions of being a tourist, I guess. Technically, I am exploring Las Vegas. Tomorrow, I'm sure I won't be able to remember a single detail of these shops. Up ahead is yet another street vendor. His setup is nearly twice as long as most of the others and includes large glass display cases. Looks like it must be a pain to transport. I wander over, pretending to be interested. The clerk, a Hispanic man with a short goatee, watches me but doesn't say anything, not even a greeting. It's all cell phones and phone accessories, chargers, cases, cords, and the like. Nothing relevant to me. There's a special discount on prepaid phones and time cards right now, it seems. A half dozen identical posters plastered the wall along his case. I stare at one of the flyers, though I'm not actually reading it. Just imagining if Marina and I had cell phones. And it might help at times with this. And now you're just making things worse. Your brain will always find ways to connect your surroundings with the thing you're worried about. Times when I'm being ridiculous and clingy and an idiot. Being able to reach her anytime would be nice, but would they get much use? That's when I realized something, and I'm too dumbfounded by a simple fact. What it is that's been bothering me since we split up. This is the first time since meeting Marina that I've been on my own. That she isn't just a room away within shouting distance. Even though it's only been a couple hours, I suddenly feel profoundly alone. It's pathetic, I know. I'll see her again in less than an hour now. But the anxiety of separation gets the better of me. It makes me sick as all the horrible scenarios rush into my head again. I have pills for that. The ones where something bad is happening to her and she's not able to call for help. I look at the phones in the case. I've never had one, so I'm not very knowledgeable, but they look cheap and flimsy. I try to find a brand name, but it wouldn't mean much to me even if I could. The only names I'd be familiar with are those massive companies who make everything, not just phones. The ones whose merchandise costs hundreds if not thousands of dollars. I think Marina had a Heisei? I've heard they're pretty good. Then again, I've also heard shady stuff about about shady stuff with them suddenly replacing all the production workers with robots. Graham said this sort of thing would be a part of the New World Order. Okay. I mean, as random and funny as that is, I have an uncle who's pretty much just like that. Oh, the fun stories about magic crystals and demons invading because of the new the Hadron Collider, large Hadron Collider. Doesn't matter though. It's tempting, but there isn't much point. In just a week, less now even, Coachella will be over. And after that, well, the phone gives us a way to stay in touch. Once we've... I spin around and walk away in a hurry, feeling suddenly sick again. I must have looked like a lunatic, coming up and standing still and freaking out and leaving. Maybe that's why the guy didn't say anything. I just looked like another insane junkie. I picture some tweaker stepping out an alley towards Marina, who of course wouldn't even notice, and there you go again. Yeah. I shoved those thoughts out of my head. 1 hour. Just 1 more hour. Chill, I tell myself for the 1000th time. Across the street from the phone carts is a bright green sign for a candy store. One of those places that has floor-to-ceiling bins of gummies that sell by the pound. Don't tell me you're gonna imagine some stupid, like, I've got some candy for you scenario. I half expect to see Marina there herself. Getting her a surprise bag of sugar might be a good way to make up for being weird. Until the next time I act weird, that is. I cross the street as soon as there's a gap in the traffic, not bothering to go to a crosswalk. Sweet tooth. You look nice and colorful. The doors have an outline and handles that are that are the same lime green as the sign. When I step inside, I see that the walls are too. I'm reminded of the slime from those old shows I used to watch on TV that would be sprayed onto the audience or cast members. Not the most appetizing impression. The selection is good, though. Like I expected, there are more varieties of candy than I've ever seen in a single place, only pictures. Yeah, fucking... Actually, like, decent candy shops that have all the really neat shit, those are a lot of fucking fun to go in. There are several different types of plastic bag that you can fill, ranging from I'm on a diet to garbage bag sizes. I grab a medium-sized one. Then I realize I don't know what to get from Marina. Definitely chocolates, but with or without nuts. I can't remember if I've ever heard an opinion. I try to recall what she's gotten at gas stations along our trip, but I never paid that much attention. Maybe I should go for a mixture of both, but then what if she's allergic to something? It probably wouldn't have ever come up, since we always eat out and order for ourselves. I don't want to give her a 3-pound sack of anaphylactic shock. Gummies then, those might be safer. There are more types of gummy candies than I ever thought existed. Different flavored rings, candy shaped like the fruits they taste like, and other things like chewy soda bottles. For just a moment, I wonder which ones I should pick. I think I remember her saying she loves raspberry. Or was it strawberry? But I think she's gotten strawberry soda before. Not that that means anything. This is a gift, so I want it to be perfect, not a bag full of things she dislikes. Then I remember. Marina likes pretty much everything. Elated at the simplicity, I was actually kind of waiting for her to come to that conclusion. Elated at the simplicity, I dump a small scoop of just about every sort of gummy they sell. For good measure, I get a second smaller bag and fill it with some malted chocolate balls, caramel clusters, and plain old chocolate chunks. Safe options. I haul the 2 bags over to the counter. There's just one attendant, and she's currently ringing up a mom with their 2 sons. The kids dart around the mom's legs, rattling displays and knocking items off the shelf. No one makes them stop or fix their mess. One of the kids stares up at me and I frown at him deeply. He stops running and hides behind his mom's legs. Good. When they leave, the kid is still clinging to her like a bear cub. I set my bags up on the counter and kneel down to replace some of the spilled items. As I do that, the shopkeeper comes around front, nearly bumping into me. Oh, you don't have to do that, thank you. Yeah, no problem. I look up directly into her knees. I straighten up and we're suddenly way too close. Stumbling backwards, I grab the counter to support myself. She laughs, eyes crinkling. She's cute. Her tan skin is complemented by the bright red uniform she wears. A little name tag on the counter says that her name is Cassie. You know, there's a special going on right now. We have a named character, folks. Okay. So, well, there was that one hillbilly trailer park country bitch earlier on at one of the national parks. And I think she was named, actually, and she wasn't there for too long, so maybe I'm thinking too much into this. In any case, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.